is Urdu and Farsi for prison. So it's kind of a metaphor for the actual literal prison of this book, or it can kind of be a metaphor for life. So we tell the story of our two heroes are named Zain and Temur. They're orphan brothers that were raised in this prison complex known as Zindan through the guardians of the prison, who we call the Ansars. This prison houses the world's worst criminals of the Mughal Empire. And in the background of the empire kind of collapsing, the Zero issue starts off with a huge prison break. And all of these evil people and prisoners escape, and it's up to Zain and Temur as the last Ansars, or last protectors of Zindan, to save the world.
The climate you described again is very tumultuous sounding, and did you want that to mirror any kind of political or religious reality in the present?
This is a very loaded question there. I think it would be a lie if I said no.
Yes, the answer is yes. If you look at the history of comics, it has always been sort of reflecting the political environment that it's been in, and it's always had some relevance. And I think that's what we've been trying to capture here. I mean, Superman used to fight the Nazis. That was a big component of most of the comics in the Golden Age, addressing what was current and relevant at that time. And for us, I mean, we would be lying to say that everything's peachy in this, part of the world.
So things aren't peachy.
They're not. They're not. And so we wanted to reflect that. We wanted to have an honest portrayal of the times and something that people can relate to, so that they pick this up. And even though the sets are foreign and the looks are foreign, that a lot of what's going on seems kind of familiar, and then that would be a way to draw people in, so that they could say, yeah, that's something I struggle with. That's a thing that I've seen on the TV or I've heard about, and I've struggled with that, or I've wondered about that, or I feel that way too. And so we wanted to capture that.
I think what you're seeing, in this book is going to be representative of a lot of the same issues that this region is facing today. And I think, us as having a background from this region, whether or not, we like it or not, this is our background, this is our culture, this is what we grew up in. We want to portray the image that we grew up with, which is not what you're seeing on the news. And so, we will be taking a lot of things that are occurring in current events, and somehow incorporating that into our storyline and our plot development, and to kind of show a brighter image of things, that good people exist in this region, and there is morality, and there is a good guy. Why can't a good guy have a brown skin tone?
It's a work in progress, and I think that's part of the honesty to it, that we understand that maybe there will be things that are going to appear orientalistic, a factor of us growing up in the West, and I think that we can't deny that, but as long as we acknowledge that that's there, and it's something that we're going to try to work with and explore, then I think that brings a sort of an honesty to it that will sort of hopefully give us some flexibility in terms of how that comes across.
I think it's going to give a unique perspective because, constantly, for instance, you turn on the news every single day. Why is it that our story is being told by someone who has absolutely zero background and zero perspective from, why is someone else telling my story? And giving a very, jaded and biased viewpoint on my story when they know nothing about my story. And this is my story, and this is your story, and this is your story, and this is your story. And now it's time we tell that story.